Welcome to Homeless Not Hopeless, our podcast that brings you real stories from those who have experienced homelessness. I'm Barry.
And I'm Kevin.
If you caught our first episode, you'll know we're here to have honest conversations with our guests who have faced or are facing homelessness in its many forms, and hoping that our vibes resonate with someone out there. Each episode we introduce someone unique who brings their own story to the table. And if you missed last one, a quick reminder: homelessness comes in many forms. It's not just rough sleeping. You might be living in temporary housing, a hostel, a shelter, sofa surfing on friends' couches, or even staying in your car.
Right. Regardless of life circumstance, each of us, generally speaking, has something we're working on, something to heal from or embrace. Homelessness can be part of someone's experience, but it doesn't define them. That's what we want to show here.
Yeah. And before we dive into our first guest's inspiring story, our first podcast guest, we want to give you some content about the challenges faced by many individuals experiencing homelessness, particularly how trauma and mental health are interconnected. According to research published by Homeless Link in November 2022, 94% of people facing homelessness have experienced trauma. The majority of this trauma is complex and occurs at multiple stages of life. 2/3 of respondents report experiencing 4 or more traumas or prolonged periods of trauma. While these numbers indicate an extremely high prevalence of trauma among those with experience of homelessness in England, researchers believe that these figures are likely underreported. The research also highlights that trauma is often a direct trigger for homelessness, with homelessness itself becoming a further trauma. This was particularly acute for individuals who'd fled domestic violence. 38% of people reported trauma as a result of being homeless. For example, many shared experiences of trauma tied to rough sleeping, including feelings of hunger, fear, vulnerability, violence, exploitation, stigma, poor physical health, addiction, loss, and isolation. Now, despite the high prevalence of trauma, less than half of those surveyed had accessed counselling or mental health support for their trauma. While feedback on frontline homelessness services, food banks, and addiction and recovery services were largely positive, there were also reports of failures in other support services. Issues included long waiting times, refusals of help due to co-occurring alcohol or substance use, and a general lack of understanding and sensitivity toward trauma.
Bit tongue-tied there, Bal, but
Yeah.
Nicely done. Yeah, so we bring this up because trauma is one of the main reasons many people become homeless. It's something I've experienced personally. I suffered from childhood trauma, while Barry deals with depression and anxiety. Our guest today lives with PTSD. We want to explore his journey of healing, but also share how trauma and mental health issues have impacted our lives. For example, for many years, I wasn't aware of my childhood trauma. I thought most people grew up the way I did. I had no idea how severely my basic needs were neglected. You carry that into adulthood, creating unhealthy coping mechanisms. Now, after accessing counselling sessions, attending recovery-based meetings and talking to the people here, I've learned that there was never sort of anything wrong with me. The healing journey is long, but I can finally see the benefits.
Yeah. Well, I completely isolated myself and stopped believing in my abilities. And again, I didn't even realise how deeply I had withdrawn until I was evicted. Having a support circle around me has made a massive difference and has had a huge impact on my progress. And that progress I've made in the last year.
Yeah, mate. Today, you'll meet one of our first guests. I'm thrilled to introduce Celal.
Yay.
What, son?
Welcome.
Welcome. I am welcome.
You're made very welcome here, mate. Yeah, you know, because you've got a lot on your shoulders here. You're our first guest, so
it's history.
We're using you.
Yeah.
As,
This is history. Our very first guest.
I like when he said the support network. Was it the support network or the support system?
I would say, in terms of in this hostel,
Yeah.
it was the support network here, and Netta, my key worker, sorry, yeah. And then some of the courses that I've done through that has definitely given me a leg up, really.
Exactly. So that's what I'm like having right now. I go to a piano school in Kyrgyzstan.
Oh, really?
And then like I think most of my recovery is coming from so at first I started as like from scratch without knowing any piano skills.
You joined the club, mate?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Oh, you're about piano skills. I thought you were about personal skills.
No, like but like it was all skills. So because when I was hit by the lorry back in 2012, without knowing, I had a brain trauma because I saw the CCTV footage later on. I actually jumped off there and then I fell down on the floor. I was only thinking what diagnosed was the right knee because it was just under the lorry. So like the wheel has stopped right over the edge of my right knee.
Right.
So like I recovered from that, but when they asked me, "Is your head all right?" I said, "I'm fine," because I was tipsy and probably on the effect of some of the painkillers they'd given me.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I was high. I was like, "Yeah, my head
I
is
feel
all right."
great, yeah.
So they didn't scan it.
Oh my God, you're joking.
Yeah.
After an accident like that?
Yeah. So, and then like in 2016, I was in Istanbul, and then I had a eye surgery because I had a double eye. And then the doctor asked, like, "Have you recently had a trauma?" I was like, "Yes, I was hit by a lorry, reversing lorry." And then that was the...
What do you mean a double eye? What, you said double vision?
Double vision, yeah.
Double vision,
I see,
right.
sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
And that was 4 years after the accident?
Yeah, that was 4 years after the accident.
So you were living with that for 4 years without knowing?
Without knowing, yeah.
And then I take it they gave you a brain scan and then...
Yeah. So like now I recently a CT scan, and then like the doctor's conclusion was that that was a decline, which I'm dealing with fine. So like at the moment my brain is fine, but so like probably because of the hard work I've done.
Of course, right.
So I worked with a memory coach, one of the like top memory coaches in the UK, for 3 months, and then I got piano lessons. So that's what I used the compensation money for.
Brilliant. Seems to reinvest it in yourself.
Yeah.
Mate, you can't think of a better thing to spend that on.
And then I got like horse riding.
Did you?
Lessons as
Fantastic.
well.
And you also do the workshop where we met up in Camden, the music.
Yeah, the music workshop. So I'm part of the choir with No Name. I'm part of Streetwise Opera, and the artists are just amazing. But like there's this like, even I had it. Like I was thinking like any support I will get from Single Moms Project or like here is gonna be low standard. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting is world-class singing education in the choir.
I couldn't agree more. When I first came here, I'd heard all the horror stories. People were telling me things. Even when I first moved in, one of the neighbours was telling me some awful stories. And I thought, oh my God, it's just going to be getting worse and worse and worse. And then I met all the staff, and then this world opened up, like you've just said, this high standard.
It's very high standard, yeah. World class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And would you say that that's really helped you?
Oh my God, yeah. Like Nuffield joint pain program. So that like physically really helps me to recover. Because my knee's dislocated 8 times due to hypermobility. So since February, I'm still recovering from that. So my right knee after the accident has dislocated, but I recovered that fine. But I think that the more I age, my requirements for recovery are like getting a bit different.
That's another club you can join, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, I see they're going to start to change over time.
Yeah. So the left knee's recovery has been the longest ever now.
Right.
And so where my kneecap sits is not shaped correctly for my left knee. So like it troubles like that every time I do like a straight squat.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
So it does a circular movement on a straight squat.
Right.
So you was talking about that just before the music project we do. And
Arlington's.
Arlington.
That's great. That's where we met you.
Yeah,
That's where I met you.
Yeah, that's right. And we had that little joke earlier on about you being the drummer boy. Yeah. Before we started recording.
Yeah.
But I think something I recognised about when you were saying that, I kind of recognised, me playing the drums, repetitive and all that sort of stuff. But it's nice and simple, and it's repetitive, and it gets you involved, Yeah. And that's got a lot to say about all the many aspects of kind of, when you're trying to heal, about doing little things consistently and just moving in the right direction, a horse with the blinkers on kind of turnout. And and we've been getting on handsomely, haven't we?
Yeah. And now I started learning to sing, which is amazing.
I won't go that far, mate.
Not as much as you, but like I can sing one solo really well.
You see, adding
I've heard you sing a few songs.
It was good, right?
Very good, mate.
So you're adding more strings to your bow, really?
Yeah. I'm like when I met Kevin, like I was so impressed by his singing, and I'm still playing piano skills because he can just improvise any moment and sing so brilliantly. But I am so thrilled to see now. Yesterday I got my grade 3 exams.
Fantastic.
No way, what, for piano?
Yeah, for piano.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for now like 6 years probably.
Good for you.
Yeah, so then I got feedback from you weren't there. You came a bit late that day.
Yeah. That's me all over there.
I came to the podcast late today, so I don't blame you on that.
So you were saying about the music group, the singing, you've added that to your bow. The piano you've been doing for 6 years now, grade 3 level.
Yeah. So that's amazing. That something you start to heal, like both joining the choir and playing piano.
Yeah.
For me was I have been always like impressed by musicians.
Yeah.
And I have been an actor lifetime, and even being an actor, I proudly told myself I was an actor, and Google recognized me. Like until then, I was like, I'm an aspiring actor.
Yeah.
So now I am in the position I'm an aspiring musician as well.
Yeah. Guys, I like it.
But that's brilliant though, because like you say, I mean, obviously what you've been through with that accident is a massive thing. That's a huge point in your life. And from the sounds of it, you've turned that into a positive. So like you say, you reinvested that compensation money into piano lessons. Skills. So you're learning and you're growing. Yeah. So with your physical progression, like you're saying, you're working on your knees, etc. Working on your mind, you're adding all these skills to it as well. Piano, singing.
Yeah.
And you're meeting these people, and that's just a small example of how that's changed, but you're working on the positives to make it better and improve yourself.
What's your involvement for music?
I used to, many moons ago, I used to be in a band. I used to be a singer in a band, and I used to play a bit of guitar. But I hadn't done that for about 10 years. And then I went to the music group that you attend, but I only went once. Kev was there. Kevin and I were at this group, and it was the first time I'd done it in 10 years, and it felt great. I got a bit of good feedback. But unfortunately, because of my other commitments, I couldn't go. But in the new year, I'm definitely planning on going again because, I'm really rusty and I need to start playing it. And it'd be good to, again, get better, because there's always room for improvement.
Of course.
Always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Of course.
And like you, I want to build my skills.
That's it. Well, that's the key to everything. I was just saying about improving himself, trying to, you're heading in the right direction, mate. That's basically what this whole podcast is about. It's about, trying to give people a space to express themselves.
With your accident, what sort of timeline was your recovery from the hospital, getting back out, being independent again?
That's a really hard question because you get into moments where like because when you recover, especially when you do a job like acting, I remember getting an audition for a footballer just after being hit by the lorry. So then, and then after that, I started getting like more roles that I couldn't do, where I had to be like a soldier, like I was physically not able to do. So then that decline, and then like when you start aging, but you start to like you also want to recover your knees. That's when like I started doing the biggest changes in my life. Like I started intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day eating. So the effects of that, like OMAD in the brain, helps me learn piano better.
Yeah.
Because the stories I tell myself aren't always real. So
Right,
that's why having the support system around
It's
is
very honest of you, mate. Yeah.
good, because like when I passed my grade 1 for piano, I was so excited because like I was like, I can play piano.
Absolutely.
And now I did my like grade 3 exam yesterday. I was like, maybe I'll pass that. So like, that's just good to have the like the bodies, the access, the organizations, the charities like Choir with No Name, Streetwise Opera, Nuffield, Arlington Music Group.
You'd be surprised how many opportunities are out there, mate. It's you know, and you're a close example of someone who's taking those opportunities. You know, people kind of get caught up in these places, you know, sometimes, which is unfortunate, but it's just the way of things. But there are people who manage to sort of move in the right direction. You know, do you know you was what's your home situation right now?
I'm living independently. Yeah.
You live independently,
and that was all through the support of. At first, it was through the support of the Spectrum Centre.
Yeah, in Greenland Street,
right?
Cannon Town next to Burger King. Yeah, I know. I used to go there when I was homeless. I used to go in there to keep warm and have a cup of tea. And force people into listening to my waffle.
I still remember their postcode NW10ND. Right?
You're doing better than me. Your brain, that brain of yours seems to be working all right, mate. I tell you.
Well, it has to, because I keep diaries, man. I keep diaries, and then I there was a moment I was so tired asking people their names, and then I started like everything. Now I've got a gratitude diary as well, so that became better things. So like that's a gratitude diary. It's an app, and then like I'm logging the gratitudeness, but also having a note of people's names.
Yeah, brilliant.
Let me ask you this though, because I wanted to know this. You know, how are you still able to access opportunities like acting and other creative? You know,
well, all these organizations are asking you to have experience of homelessness. They're not asking you to be homeless right now.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm getting access, and there are people who are getting access. There's an I can't pronounce the name, but there's an advocate of people with AIDS, for example. And she's been there for like 20 years now. So there are like people who have been there for like 15, 20, 25 years after having an experience of homelessness.
Yeah, so as long as they've experienced it, they can still access it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you were talking about the motivation and stuff. Obviously, it has to come within, doesn't it? You have to sort of push yourself, and you have to. It's a mindset, I suppose. But you feel that these have helped you, like been a bit of a crutch to help you do it.
Yeah.
Because you know, to stay as motivated as you have, because it's a long journey and it was a big thing to go through.
It's the support, Barry.
Yeah.
It's the support. So like, now I passed my grade 3. I'm thinking of my 4 or 5.
Absolutely.
And then upward, mate. Onward and upward,
Yeah, and then the support I'm getting is growing. Like the more I get, the more I win, the more I share that.
Yeah.
And then the more I surround myself with a compound group of people who continues to support me, the better I get. Like now I'm giving access to a real piano in a church. Fantastic. To practice 6 hours, 2 days. And then now, like, that's a pressure, right? I must do it. That's a priority in my schedule. So now, like, even though maybe I passed my grade 3s yesterday, tomorrow I'm gonna go there and then like work on the scares for grade 4.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic, mate.
If you don't mind talking about it, could you maybe give us a little bit of what happened with the accident, like how it happened? Obviously you don't have to go into too much detail, but just to give us an idea, like a bit of a timeline of where you were in your life and what was happening.
I was on Camden High Street.
Yeah.
And then I was dating. And it happened to like both me and Angela, the girl I was dating that day, and then like we were hit. We were in the influence of a little alcohol. But that doesn't mean, of course, that Laurie had the right to not have a black. But in that year, I did research. There was enough technology for lorry companies to invest on a high tech, so they could see behind no matter what.
Oh yeah, what, the little cameras in the back?
Yeah,
right.
So like that must have not been there, because when we started reversing on the back of the lorry, and I don't remember seeing any lights, any of those, like, because now, like when I'm on the traffic, that's why I don't cycle or I don't drive a car. When I notice the lorries like shouting with like
with the alarms,
with the alarms,
the
and then there's a man speaking.
That's right. Yeah. Vehicle reversing, all that.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
Right.
And then I had a blackout. So then I had like 2 policemen on my head, and then like, are you alright? Alright. Oh, the moment I remember was I opened my eyes, and then when I opened my eyes, the lorry's wheel was like coming closer and closer to my knee. And then I started praying. I always wanted to be an actor. Like from this moment onwards, I'm just gonna do like voiceovers or like acting as much as I can do now.
Right, and that was all in that flash. That moment.
That was all the flash of that moment, and I like prayed in both languages I know, Turkish and English, and then like I was like, Christian God, like in like, because I was born to a Muslim family, I was like Allah, and like whatever, like the God I was talking to, like help me, and then like I wanna inspire people, and then I remember a woman, like she had some shopping bags, and then she just dropped the bags and started shouting to the driver
to stop.
Stop! So I think that was the moment that driver realized there was
something had happened.
Something behind him. Someone behind him. Obviously 2 people behind him. And
slammed his brakes on him.
Yeah.
So thank God she shouted to him.
Exactly.
In that moment.
Exactly. I don't know her name now.
Yeah.
But I'm so thankful that she's the reason I'm here talking with you with a full functioning body.
Thank God for that, and you are inspired. I mean, just listening to you, you're inspiring me.
Oh, thank you, man.
And I know that anyone listening to this is going to feel the same.
Oh, bless.
No, really, I mean, it's remarkable. Because the thing is, as Kevin said, there is a lot out there for us to access, but you've got to do it. And that only comes within, doesn't it? So you could have gone another way and just sort of thought, this has happened. It's put a spanner in the works. Yeah. Oh, I can't do what I could do anymore. But you haven't. You've done the opposite. And now you're taking on even more challenges, and you're growing and you're thriving. And that in itself is just phenomenal.
Yeah. There are still effects that I live with. Like any sounds, even if it's like my next door neighbor shutting the door, like I have in my body that kind of effect, and I can feel it.
A jump.
Like a jump, yeah. Like I'm in the jeans toilet, and then the next door just slams the door. Like I jump.
Well, that's what we talked about at the very beginning of this podcast.
Yeah,
how trauma affects people.
And
there's a classic example of what you're still dealing with, whether you realise it or not, you obviously do realise it, but whether you realise it or not, your body's literally reacting because of what happened on that day, you know. But that's a great example because, like I say, going back to what we were talking about before, you know, most people who come through this kind of place, they've got that kind of stuff going on, and the way they show it is a whole range of things, you know. And but yeah, you've been able to sort of like be aware of what's going on for you and put things in place, like Barry said a minute ago. So it's like, you know, excellent, mate.
And the help of Camden Health Improvement Practice, like that was one of the doctors who told me the PTSD is something you're going to live with, and that's also in your script. That's how it is. So that,
you know, Charlie, who works there, the nurse.
Oh yeah,
she's
Charlie's
blind,
amazing.
Like, oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
she's like that, man, isn't she?
Charlie's amazing. Like she always motivates me. Like she's like, you're gonna be Prince Charming. Just continue acting. I'm like,
that's the one.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what was your journey from obviously then into homelessness, and then how did you find yourself becoming homeless, and then getting us from there?
Well, but I think the initial point started during like COVID, and then I didn't have access to any of the support because I didn't have a British passport back then, and then like I had a Turkish passport. That was the moment like I had to leave my house, and then that's how it started. And a few years I was like either on streets or like carts, so that like I didn't have any stable place of my own.
Yeah. So you were sort of flitting between the two.
Yeah.
Right. And then was your next step into a hostel? How did you get into that?
One of the staff members of Greenland Street there, I think Spectrum Centre, they put me on universal credit, and then they came, and then I verified me on, I think I was on like near Mornington Crescent, and then that's where I started to get the universal credit. And then
did you have a support worker?
Oh yeah, I was supported by Lawrence there. So like, and then Lawrence, no, Jerome was my support worker in Greenland Centre, and then thanks to Jerome, I was able to get access to Single Homeless Project, and in Single Homeless Project, my support worker was Lawrence, and then I was moved to Camden Pathways, where I had another amazing team of support workers: Martin, Rebecca, Nuruddin, Francis, Rohan, Sarah. They've all been amazing.
And was that how you were able to start rebuilding yourself and getting yourself back into independent living?
Yeah. No,
that was your platform.
Now I still have a floating support worker after 2 years, Chris, who's been amazing.
Sorry to interrupt you with that. So even though you've moved out from the hostel system,
there's still support, because that was my anxiety.
Of course.
That like, then like, am I going to lose all this support system, which is my in a way ground. So I felt like my ground was going to go off. But that didn't.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I can understand that, mate, because that's kind of where I am right now. You know, I'm sort of like in that place where I've got some big decisions to make, and you know, I'm getting, I wouldn't say it's at the end of the journey. I don't think the journey ever ends, but you know, you get into a point where, you know, you're more aware of the choices that you've got and that you could possibly do and stuff like that. So I understand.
Yeah, because I could understand that there would be anxiety around that, because as you say, when you're in the hostel system, you've got a caseworker, someone that you can turn to, someone you can access, ask for help, courses, any help that you need, advice, etc. And then they say, you know, oh, you can move on to this. And then you think, oh, is that it then? The door closes. I'm completely on my own. But to know that that security is still there, it's almost like a gradual process rather than thanks very much. See you later. You're on your own now. It's
Yeah.
like you're moving up, but we're still in touch. If you
Yeah.
need us, you can call us. We can meet. I think that sounds really warm. I'm not at that point yet, but that reassures me a lot that when that stage comes, that you've got that.
Well said, mate.
Yeah.
Well said, mate.
And it sounds like it made a big difference for you as well.
It did, yeah. And what I'm really grateful is the access. I mean, and then the access of the support system. First, the existence of it, and then the sustainability, and then the continuity of it.
Yes.
That was very nicely put, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, that is what it's, fantastic.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really like that what you just said there, because that's just the truth, isn't it?
And again, what I found as well was that, I don't know if you experienced this as well, there was no real sort of pressure or judgment. Because everybody, like Kevin says, everyone's got their own stories and their own reasons, and everyone's at different stages. Someone might have just come straight in, someone might be ready to move out. And nowhere along any of those lines was there any judgment. There was only support and understanding. And I felt
there has been judgment. Like when I was getting my personal independent payment, for example, I was judged because now I'm like a diagnosed PTSD, hypermobility, and then when I had my knee dislocated and then like again and again dislocations, when I was getting my personal independent payment, that was like a person who was judging me, like one of the key workers, but just one person, just one single person.
One's enough though, mate, isn't it?
One single person. The other people have been amazing.
Yeah.
They've just made my case bulletproof for me to get my personal independent payment.
Yeah.
And then when I had to fight for it, and then that was CAB, Citizen Advice Bureau, in Camden Health Improvement Practice, Kwame.
Yeah, I know him,
Right? He helped me. And then with that help, without going to court, just by the evidence of medical evidence, I was able to win.
Fantastic, yeah. Because the thing is, but the point is, you need it. It's not, you're not trying to scam anyone.
Exactly.
That's when it becomes frustrating and the water becomes muddy.
Yeah.
Is that you're having to prove something that is real and genuine. So luckily with the proof and etc. But it is a bit of a daunting task and quite a hard one. But as you say, at least that's only one out of everyone.
Exactly.
The majority is.
That's why I love to name people who do good things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's no point of naming people who do bad things.
No.
Well, listen, mate.
I second that. You're right. You're right. Sing their praises.
How long have we been sitting in here now, and you haven't said my name once, mate? Right? So I'm not happy about it.
Oh dear.
You're the host, Kevin. But I actually when I went to Arlington, I was like, one day but because my instrument now, I'm proudly saying, is piano.
It's piano, yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
But I saw you playing the piano, because you played the piano. The first time you came, I was there. I remember when you played the piano.
Yeah, so when I see you improvising in the guitar, remembering all the tunes you can play in the guitar, and then being able to sing them exactly how they are, and then being able to improvise at the same time, and then remembering what you improvise, and then being able to put that back in both on piano and then to your voice, it's just amazing. And then you inspired me.
Oh, bless you, mate.
To sing. You inspired me to play the piano, and one day I really want to play the piano and then sing at the same time like you do with your guitar. It's just so it's a blessing to have you in the group. You, Ollie, Issa, the great musicians or Michael to look up to.
Yeah.
It's also great. It's also great to have you in the group, mate. Because I hope you're realising as well that the more, because we're all Barry, myself, you, we're all involved in all these different stuff that we do. We're juggling lots of balls, and the more of that stuff you do, you start to realise that Because some days you have good days, some days you don't, and it's good to roll with that, because that's important as well, to roll with that, because that's how life is. You don't always have good days, you sometimes have bad days. But, you know, in amongst all that, when you take away the thing that you're actually going for, whether it be music, piano lessons, music, or, you know, drama or whatever, and you're left with you and the people that go there. And that's what you've been talking about here today as well, about how much the people, these things that you do, has been a massive thing for you. And I totally dig that, because that is what I've gained the most. And it took me a while to realise it, because the whole, as far as Kev is concerned, the whole world revolves around Kev. Yeah, that's my story. Yeah. But by doing these kind of things, I've been able to take a step back and actually see things a bit more clearly, you know. And I don't always get it right, but I'm getting better at it, you know. And that's kind of what I hear, what I heard from you today. It made me think of that. So thanks, Celal. Really appreciate that. Appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, and then there was one day, like you inspired me, like we're in different levels, but that's fine, like because like
I remember that conversation.
That's the group, like we're growing.
That's
here.
it, exactly.
And that's really important, because I bought a musician family membership, and then like one of the choir members, she's learning piano now, and then as soon as I saw her struggling, I was like there's like spots in my family group. Can I just give you as a Christmas gift? She knows, like she emailed me a couple of days ago. I passed my singing and piano. I haven't started ukulele yet. That has been the greatest Christmas gift ever. Thank you very much. I got that. That really touched my heart.
Absolutely.
That's lovely.
And I wanted to quickly say, my experience of these groups as well, as you just mentioned, is they feel like such a safe, comfortable place, because you're right, people are at different levels. Now, I play a little bit of guitar, do a little singing, but I'm not, you know, as you say, I'm high level. But there's people that are better. But in the group, I never felt any judgment whatsoever.
Exactly.
I felt completely the same.
And that's why on that first day when you went up there, Barry, that people were always asking about you. When's Barry coming back? Because you did that song, one of your songs.
There
you were so relaxed and all that. And that's part of what you just said. How you're able to do that within a group, that the group is working correctly. Do you know what I'm saying?
And 100% it was down to the group, because I was nervous. I was going there nervous, thinking, what if I'm not able to play with everyone? Everyone's really better. What if I sing out of tune? I got there and I thought, well, actually, it doesn't matter. Even if I do sing out of tune and I'm not very good, no one cares. Everyone's spoiled. And you're right, I did one of my songs and everyone said, it's a good tune. And you can relax and think, right, now I can just concentrate on what I'm here to do, which is some music.
That's right.
So
I think it's really important to have the courage of having baby steps as an adult.
Definitely, baby steps. Awesome. Actually, that leads me. I was going to ask you, anyone in listening, is there anything that any advice, anything that you could, people that are in a similar situation, people that are struggling, maybe homeless, maybe living in a hostel, that are at the point where they're trying to rebuild?
I think it's really important to keep in touch, and then when you don't get a response from an email, then you do it twice. And then I heard a friend of mine in the choir who just gave up. I think I just said to him, just email once more. So if they said they were full, just try it once more, try it again and again. I think persistence is really important into winning, because you may not get on your first go, but then you may end up in a great hostel like SHP.
Yes.
Kevin and I had the chance to, and you and Anita had the chance to be a client of.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is perseverance, because it's all there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as you say, you have good days, you have bad days.
Yeah.
But reset, say little baby steps. this week I'm going to see if I can email and get a response.
Yeah.
That's goal one. If that happens, brilliant. If it doesn't, next week I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And then build, and if you get that response, you're like, right, I've done that. I can tick that off.
It's so understandable to lose the hope as well when you get rejection so many times. Like my profession is acting, and then even like I gave up dating as well because I got used to being rejected on acting. Now I just don't date as well because I find.
So if there's anyone listening, we've got someone available here right now, and he's not bad.
Yeah, tall, dark, and handsome, and he's an actor.
It's just like so many rejections on the acting profession. It's just like you think of yourself as a bad person, in a way, like not just for acting, but like as personality as well. Why I'm being rejected so many times, and am I a bad person? That's where it starts to like touch you.
You can also say there are a group of women out there, particularly like bad boys. So don't put that one aside, mate, because it might come in handy. All right.
The bad boy actor. No, I see. Yeah, so that can filter into your personal life. Yeah, because of the rejection on a professional level. Because you're promoting yourself, you feel it's a reflection on you. But
that like the line doesn't. The line is so
blurred.
Like even the actors in the room, they're like I play with.
Yeah.
Like when we play romance and then that ends, my heart is taking that personally.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know.
So it's just like the relationship that we had just now, the amazing love over there on the stage that ended.
Well, now it's just gone.
Now I'm going home alone.
So you're a method actor. You feel it.
Yeah, I do feel it. I mean, that's how I struggle. I think that's how I deal with the big trauma.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But actually, because Ivana Chappak, the greatest acting coach alive now.
Who's that again? Say that again.
Ivana Chappak. She's the acting coach of Brad Pitt, Charlize Theron, Jim Carrey, Beyonce. So, and she says traumas are gold. So for acting, traumas are gold. So they're really golden. So that was true. I had. Like I emailed her saying like I won an award using your technique. I'm so like grateful to you because if her technique didn't exist, I wasn't gonna earn the award. So like your position right now in life doesn't define you.
I think the very sort of was right in life. Yeah, absolutely. Trauma doesn't define you.
Trauma doesn't define you, and like even if you live with trauma lifetime.
Yeah.
Which is probably my case, what the doctors are saying, it doesn't define me. Right?
Of course not. Yeah,
well said, mate.
It's something that's happened to you, it's not you.
Or, it's something that has happened to me, but in my brain sometimes I feel the like steam, like
of course.
like it's burning, like it's cooking something.
Yeah.
And then those are the moments like I need food now, or like.
And there you go. I thought it was just a halo you had there.
Yeah, so trauma is a result of what happened to you, isn't it? It doesn't define you as a person.
Yeah.
And I was going to, leading on from the acting thing and the trauma, you did mention it. Do you feel that you can use it positively then? Can you infiltrate that back into your creativity, into your acting to drive you forward, almost like fuel?
Yeah, it's a fuel. And since I have to live with it, it's a lifetime fuel.
Yeah,
which is like which is on the positive side. It's a really good thing.
Again, you've got two choices. You could either sit at home and cry your eyes out, oh, why is this happening?
Yeah,
or you could say, well, I've got this. Let's use it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
to drive forward.
And then show up, right, Kevin? Like you get that too, right? In the Arlington.
Yeah.
Like, do you have days like where I just don't want to go there, and then I just show up, and then that feels amazing.
Yeah.
You say I have days that I don't want to go up there. When I open my eyes in the morning, I sometimes feel like that.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
of course, absolutely. But I mean, what we talked about today, and the stuff we do, and getting involved, and just plodding along, one foot in front of the other. Getting involved in stuff. We're moving in the right direction, and hopefully, what we're doing here, I would like to inspire people to be able to consider about where they are in their own lives, and that they can maybe look at valuing themselves and moving in the right direction. So I wanted to say, nice one to you, Celal. Thank you for being our first guest.
Oh, my pleasure.
Going down in history now, mate.
It's Celal, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do that again?
No, we won't do that because I want to get. Can you remember what I was calling you when I first met you? I was calling you Superman's dad, Celal. I was calling you Celal.
Yeah, you do.
I was, wasn't I? Anyway, right. So basically,
and you said that was the name from
Superman, Marlon Brando's character from the first Superman film.
But his actual dad, not.
Yeah, his real dad. Yeah, his alien dad.
Yeah, his alien dad.
Marlon Brando. Yeah.
Well, was it Celal?
Celal.
Oh, Celal.
Celal,
yeah.
So Celal, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's incredibly inspiring. I know you was going to say this, Barry, but thanks, Celal, for sharing your story. It is inspiring, mate.
Really
we do
is.
appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
And I'm sure it will resonate with the people who are going to listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
There's me hoping that people are going to listen to this. Let's hope it happens anyway. Barry.
Yeah, wish you the best of luck with your future, with the piano, with your acting, with your singing, everything. I hope it leads to where you want it to go.
Oh, thank you. There's a feature film of us coming up. There's a trailer up online at the moment. It's called The Lost Drone. If anybody wants to have a look. We are in the completion process of the film.
Brilliant. I'll check it out.
The Lost Drone.
The Lost Drone, yeah. So we still do need finance, but we are aiming to be on a streaming platform by mid next year.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
So for anyone that's struggling with mental health or any urgent need, or you need some support, you can call 111 and select the mental health option, or you can call 116 123 to talk to the Samaritans.
Cheers, Barry. And if you're affected by homelessness or are concerned about someone who might be, you can contact StreetLink by calling 0300 500 0914. They connect people sleeping rough with local support services. And to all of you listening, thank you for joining us on Homeless Not Hopeless. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll continue to explore stories of resilience and hope.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Today I see I'm the only one way remains for me. Reflect upon regret. Realize I took the bet upon some faded ideology. With a narcissist, expect to crack. Slit your head, bridges built over, emotion split, crushed in life by soulless face, gateways intact. Arching broken backs, seeking deep, lion tracks fast. ocean split. Bridges built over soulless fist. Bridges built over ones we just can't see. Bridges built over. Bridges built over. You and me.